Did you know the average American home has 300,000 items in that home? And if you have ADHD, you probably are over that amount. Here are some ADHD declutter hacks that actually work. When you're thinking about decluttering your whole home, it can be overwhelming and stressful, and you may not even know where to start. And so the first thing is to divide things up or break them down. And what I mean by this is old and new clothes, or you may want to go through your room and divide it into sections as you're going through and trying to declutter. Right section, left section, toy section, entertainment section. You just divide it up. And the whole reason for this is you're taking everything that may seem like a huge task and you're breaking it down into smaller tasks, making it easy for you to accomplish that. And when you have ADHD, you accomplish a goal, you get a little bit of a release of dopamine as a reward. The next hack is to get rid of all of your just in case items. What I mean is any item you have that you're keeping just in case this certain situation pops up. I have the perfect item for this thing. But do you actually know when that situation is actually going to pop up? Because it could be 5 years, it could be 10 years, it could be 6 months, it could be a year from now, and you may have no idea when that situation is going to come. And so you're going to keep this item. It's going to clutter up your home. It's going to actually take up space in your home, and you may never have that situation pop up. And you may never get rid of this item. Instead, you actually do want to get rid of this item because it actually is clutter. And do not misunderstand me. If it's an essential item like a fire extinguisher or something like that, then do not get rid of that item. I'm talking about things that are not essential to you. The next hack is purpose and place. And what I mean is every item in your home should have some sort of purpose that you are going to use it for. And every item in your home should have some place in your home that is a designated spot for it, that you always keep it and you always put it back. If it doesn't have either of these, it's probably clutter. If it has one of them, then okay, that's great. If it has two of them, that's really awesome because you've got an item that's not only essential, but you also have a place for it. So you need to look at things and decide, does it have a purpose? And does it have a place in my home? And if it doesn't have a place in your home, you need to find one for it. Or declutter something you don't need and then put that in its place to have a place for it. And by the way, anything that you see that's shiny and new that has no purpose at all, you know you do not have a place for it in your home. Do not buy that stuff. Just let it go and then buy something you actually need at the time that you need it. The next hack is use time to your advantage. With ADHD, a lack of time awareness is a huge issue. And so here's a hack to help. One, when you are trying to do a huge task like declutter your whole house or even declutter a room, you want to make sure you are scheduling in some type of break. Every 15 minutes, schedule a break, take 5 minutes, and then go back to what you're doing. Do another 15 minutes and then take another 5-minute break up until the time that you want to actually stop. And to do this, you need a timer, something easy to see so you know how much time has passed. I prefer a time timer. The whole point of this is to shorten the amount of time you have to do a task so that you can stay focused on that task and be motivated to actually go through that task and finish it, rather than actually looking at the time it's going to take you to finish a much longer task. The next hack is use the 12-12-12 method to start decluttering. And what that means is you pick 12 items and you donate them. You pick 12 items to declutter. You pick 12 items that are not in their proper place in your home and you put them back in the proper place in your home. You are decluttering and organizing 36 items. When you do the last one, you want to make sure you only pick up that item once and then take it back to its proper place immediately. You do not want to put it down somewhere where you can forget that you put it there and now it has become clutter in another place. And here's a little leeway. If you don't think you could do 12-12-12, then go ahead and start with 10-10-10 maybe, and then build up to 12-12-12. The next hack is, what have you actually missed? And what I mean by that is when you find the item you haven't been using for 60 days, 90 days, even 30 days, did you actually miss having the item around? Were you just constantly thinking about it? If not, it's probably clutter. You're probably excited that you found the item and like, oh, I found this. I didn't even think about this. But if you have not thought about it, if you have not missed having it around or using it, it is probably most definitely clutter. And here's something to be careful of when doing this. Don't get too sentimental. Like if you have some old roller skates that you finally found you haven't seen in 20 years, then it's time to get rid of those. Even if you have that good memory of actually going roller skating and spinning around and everything, it's really time to let them go. And here's another hack. All those hobbies that you got interested in and bought all the supplies for, or maybe you're into arts and crafts and bought all those crafting supplies and you're not interested at all in doing either of those anymore, go ahead and get rid of those supplies. They do take up space and you can use that space for something else, especially if you have a room dedicated to a hobby or arts and crafts. There could be a lot of different supplies in there that you're not using. So go ahead and declutter those supplies. And if you're thinking, but what if I want to go back and actually do that hobby again? I'll have all the stuff just in case. And I've gone over just in case items they are clutter. And when you want to go back and start a hobby again, you're probably going to go out and buy new stuff. And the next hack has to deal with your kitchen, because kitchens become cluttered and disorganized really easily. One of the things that you can get is a hanging pot rack. This makes it easy to actually organize your pots and declutter them, so you're not going through your cabinet and trying to find the right one because one pot is inside of another one, and that's a common thing that happens that I see. The other thing that you can get that's really cool is to have a lazy Susan in your kitchen. And the reason it's good is because you can put things on there, you can see them all clearly, and it's easy to actually turn it around and find something that you actually are looking for. It is great for actually having spices on there and things that you use in the kitchen when you're cooking everything. And the next hack is friends and acquaintances can be a huge help to you, and not in the way that you think. What I mean is, I don't mean them having to come over and help you actually do the decluttering. I mean them coming over and just sitting with you and being in your presence is going to motivate you to do more. And this is kind of the same concept that when you did your homework when you were a kid, you brought a friend over, you're both sitting there and you both get more done because you're actually sitting together and doing your homework. The same thing happens when you want to declutter. You have someone else in the room and you're trying to declutter, and because they're in the room, you actually get motivated to do more. Plus, it's more fun. And then the bonus might come that friend or acquaintance might also help you to declutter. And this whole thing does have a name. It's called body doubling. It's one of the best ways to motivate someone when they have ADHD. And this hack is about all the drawers in your home, because drawers actually become cluttered very easily and very quickly. And most people have a junk drawer in their home where they just take all the stuff that they don't know what to do with and throw it into that drawer. And so this is going to help you solve that issue. One, you can get what's called drawer organizer containers, and they're going to be different sizes, different amount of containers you can put inside your drawer and make different little sections for different things that you want to put in there to keep them organized. Or you can get drawer dividers, which are basically used for much bigger sections that you can organize in your drawer. That way you have 2 or 3 different sections to put different things in your drawer and keep them organized. Both of these things will help you have a specific amount of space in your drawer for different things. And so if you get to the point that is overflowing into another section in your drawer, then you may have too many things, or you may need to resize your sections. But it's gonna help you keep your drawers organized using both of these things. And here's another thing about additional hacks. I have another video about ADHD closet organization hacks that you have never heard of. So it's gonna give you a lot of hacks that you may not know of that can help you organize your closet when you have ADHD. I'll put up on the screen, just click it